I'm finding it hard to believe that 2020 is actually over because like, what the fuck was that year? I know I'm a little late on the like 2020 recap and 2021 resolutions as it's like January 11th, but I've been moving into my new place. I will be doing a like cribs type thing as soon as it's done. It's not done yet. I've only been here a week. So 2020 was easily the scariest fucking year in my life as a full-time creator, right? So besides the fact that it was a pretty scary year politically and just like in general across the world, like what the fuck, this timeline is not the right timeline. I refuse to believe that we didn't hop timelines at some point. There's no way, no way. Anyway, so this video is about like my 2020 journey, what I learned, because I learned a lot, what I accomplished and what I didn't accomplish, just like my feels on 2020 overall and what I have planned going into 2021. So 2020 started off pretty normal for me. I geared up for my first show with GalaxyCon, which was amazing. I was a cosplay guest at GalaxyCon Richmond and I was supposed to tour all of them, which again would have been my first tour with them and something that was like the highlight of my 2020, but alas, COVID. Actually, the last show, the only show I did was GalaxyCon Richmond last year. That was very scary for me. I think I was in Myrtle Beach when I got the notification from Planet Comic Con that they were postponing to the fall, which then they had to postpone again. And then after that week, as things were locking down for the first time in March, just show after show started correcting their contracts with me, canceling them altogether and moving them to 2021. I've discussed this on stream before, but as I'm a full-time creator, so I make costumes primarily and props. I also just make general content and, you know, whatever, the world of Sophie. But cosplay guesting has been like my primary full-time thing for a couple of years now. I've toured with Wizard World, I've done fan expo shows, independent shows, although I've been fortunate enough that I've been able to make guesting kind of like the full-time part of my business, right? Go and teach workshops on how to market yourself or build costumes, do lots of panels, judge lots of contests, host after whatever went in to get. That was like my full-time gig. So like my business as a creative really rode on that. As soon as that all came in, that we were in Myrtle Beach and I remember getting all of those emails and I recognize that these in light of the year we've had appear as like first world problems, but when like that's your sole income, very stressful. So all of these contracts are canceling or postponing indefinitely because of the pandemic, and I just see my income leaving me, right? And granted, I have a Patreon and OnlyFans and all of that, but the majority came from these things. So I had to pivot almost immediately, which as a creator is incredibly terrifying. And I know I'm not the only creator that had to pivot in 2020. In fact, a lot of my peers had to do this. Some very successfully and unfortunately some not so successfully. April Glory and I started a podcast in 2020 called Hot Glue and Bobby Pins. And the episode we just recorded last week, we actually covered kind of what I'm talking about now a little bit, but we also discussed, you know, how you had to really evolve quickly, like pivot on the spot to stay alive, and how many of our like peers and good friends who are incredibly creative lost their businesses and their livelihoods last year. Before I even go into this, I just want to start off by saying like I recognize how fortunate I am that I was able to pivot into a place where everything was good. Like I recognize that. Also, all those cuts are me cutting out me going, I'm not good at storytime videos, but we're learning. That's what this year's about. But yeah, TLDR, I had to pivot on the spot last year and pivoting. I did some virtual guesting, but outside of that, I pivoted towards streaming, which has been incredibly rewarding. I stream on Twitch. My schedule for this year is Tuesdays and Thursdays, 7 p.m. and I'm gonna inject a few other days in there. Like sometimes we do mail Mondays and stuff, but I started that last year. So that was definitely brand new for me. It really filled the gap that shows, or the shows being gone had left. I also put a lot of my focus into less builds. So typically I would build 1 to 4 costumes every month because I always wanted to have a new costume for a show. So instead I kind of slowed down and decided I was gonna focus on my craftsmanship. I had intended to compete last year anyway. I did compete in one virtual, but after that I just decided never mind, like I really want to compete in person again. So I'm not sure where my plan is on that, since we're obviously not gonna have cosplay contests in person for at least the first 6 months of this year, it appears. But I focused on building less and building more detail orientated. However, I miss speed building. I love speed building, so we're bringing that back this year. I like to cry while I build. I also put a lot of focus into like my store and the merch and the content, the physical rewards and content I have been providing my amazing community. So we did a Witcher inspired photo book. I cosplayed Ciri, Triss, and Yennefer, cosplay and boudoir versions, and I made a whole photo book of those, which was received very well. Thank you so much. We also did our first calendars and a bunch of other really cool like play mats, and just focus on really providing like quality over quantity. So basically I just had to learn how to go from being like primarily an in-person creator to like living in this digital space where we are right now. I had meant to do more YouTube last year, but as I mentioned in my Vex showcase video, as soon as I started streaming, I fell off of it. Like, it was too hard to focus on too many things at once, which is one of my goals for this year, is to set really realistic expectations for myself. So for 2020, I had definitely had some wins. I'm really happy with where like my brand and this whole creative thing that we're doing went. We launched a very successful OnlyFans, which I'm really excited about. And Patreon is just those communities, and my Twitch sub community, all my people are just incredible, and I'm so fortunate to have the people around me that I do, whether it's on those platforms or just like here watching or clicking like on things. Like, I really thought that last year I would lose everything. There was so much anxiety and so many times where I was just like, I fucking quit. Like, what a value do I have to add to our awesome community anymore? Because I felt like all my value was in, you know, like the stuff I did at shows. I'm just really thankful that my community like came in clutch and helped me like find my footing and were there for me as I did. And so now for 2021, I feel very powerful about it. I definitely had some wins in 2020, and I'm my new place. I'm in a beautiful loft downtown, which has always been a dream of mine since actually I started cosplay. It was unrelated to cosplay, but when I fell into cosplay, it was in Dallas. TLDR, you guys have heard this story a million times, but I had a dream of living in a glass loft in downtown Dallas. I'm not in Dallas, but I am in a loft that is almost all windows, and like, if that's not as close to the dream as you can get, I don't know what is. So I really like, I'm very thankful to what happened in 2020 to me personally, to my brand, because having to pivot like that just taught me so much, and I genuinely think that I will be a better creator and more successful because of the challenges I had to face head on and overcome. I cannot express how important it is to be able to evolve and pivot on the dime when you're a creative, especially if it is your job in any way. Social media did drive me fucking bonkers in 2020. I did hit 100,000 and above on Facebook. Thank you so much for that. We did get to like 63,000 on Instagram, but it's like every time you gain 100, you lose 102. So forever treading water there. However, our goal for 2021 would certainly be hitting 100,000 there. Not that the numbers really super matter, especially in this day and age. It's about what you're providing people more than ever, for sure. But like, they're nice. Let's not lie. They're fun to have. It's nice to see your following grow and the interest in your work grow. So I would love to hit 100,000 on Instagram, Twitter. I would love to hit 25,000. I don't know. I don't really know, like, Twitter's such a lovely freeing place in terms of like dropping your content and stuff. Like, I just don't feel as stressed about the algorithm or what's going on there. It's also the more intimate platform. So, but anyway, yeah, those are some of my numbers goals for 2021. I mostly have consistency goals for 2021 now. Like, I want to make sure I'm streaming twice a week, every week, Tuesdays and Thursdays, at least. I want to be putting out at least one YouTube video a week. whether it's just fun stuff like this where I'm chatting with you guys about something going on, or whatever that may be. And it's not gonna include Twitch clips. I'm gonna make a separate channel for those. In 2020, I also started what I call Craft and Chat Lives. Batman must you. Craft and Chat live streams where I have some fantastic creators join me on stream. We split screen it. Usually I do that using StreamYard, and it's anywhere from 3 of us to 6 of us. Right before we took a break for the holidays, I had Mira and Talk Customs on with me. Who else was Ganoza Costuming, Pros and Cons Cosplay, Nailed It. Oh my god, this April Gloria, so many wonderful humans. Batman, hold on. You can have it back when we're done. What was I saying? Oh yeah, my crafting chats. Anyway, that's something I started in 2020 just so I could kind of like hang out with my crafting pals and make new crafting pals, even though we couldn't go to shows. And you guys responded so well to that. I'm so glad that people love joining and watching and asking questions. So we're definitely gonna be doing a lot more of that this year. Yes. But I think that that will be in a live stream that's gonna happen specifically here on YouTube, because I think it's better suited for here than for Twitch. I'm also excited to announce that I'm working with TNT Cosplay Supply this year, so I'm gonna be doing some really fun cosplays and projects with them. I'm still working with Misty Mountain Gaming. I have hecka elves planned, guys, hecka. And then my big goal for 2021, this is my lofty resolution, or I don't know if it's resolution. One of my resolutions was a website, which I'm almost done with, where all of my content can live. I realized that my audience is so fractured. There's some who know me as a cosplayer, some who only know me as a streamer now, some who only know me for my like spicier content, some who only know me for doing workshops at shows. It's all over the place. So we're gonna try and bring that together on a central website, working on it. We're actually almost done. Yeah, and when I say we, I mean me, because this is a one-woman show, bro. It's fucking a lot. But okay, so my loftiest goal for 2021 is to do 8 weeks and 8 costumes. We talked about speed building. A lot of you guys know that I love speed building, but it's not gonna be 8 weeks consecutively. I'm not gonna kill myself, I'm not crazy. I'm thinking maybe 2 weeks on, 1 week off, but basically I pick 8 costumes, which I have started chatting about in my Discord, because I want some of you guys to pick some of the costumes too, so it's fun. So it'll be a mixture of ones I wanna do and ones that you guys think would be fun and I also think are fun. So we're making a costume a week for 8 weeks. So working on when this is gonna happen and how exactly I'm gonna do it, but I know I can do it, and I know it aligns with what I love to do so much, and I think it would be so much fun. So that is something that I am really working on for this year with shows. Most of my contracts for the beginning of the year have already been pushed back to later in the year, if they haven't been outright canceled. So I don't expect shows to happen until, let's say, at least July. So I want to do this 8 costumes in 8 weeks, and then I've got 8 costumes to shoot. Like, I can chill for most like the rest of the year, but I would use the rest of the year to do that. Everyone always asks, if money and skills were not an issue, what would or not a barrier, what would your dream cosplay be? And I always say Raiden from Metal Gear Solid. I am the lightning, the rain transformed, with the face mask to move. I want it to be full of electronics, and I just want it to be perfect. It's a dream cosplay. So if I do my 8 cosplays in 8 weeks, if I complete that and I've got those costumes, then I'm gonna use the rest of the year to build Raiden perfectly. And that's gonna be like my perfect piece. This year, I'm prepared. If there's no shows, I've still got content planned. It's gonna be lit. It's gonna be mad litty, guys. Mad, dope, dab, litty, 2021. Ooh, we gonna get it. I am hopeful that we will be able to travel again this year, as there are some fantastic people I'd love to go to and collaborate with. I hope shows do come back, because I would love to meet all of you guys in person again. Holy crap, I can't wait to get back to a show. But yeah, so to recap, because that was very word vomity all over the place. But my goals for this year are to get my website up, to do my 8 and 8, and just in general to be more consistent for myself. I mean, it will help everything, but just for my own like I can handle all the things. I can do all the things I want to do if I'm being consistent and I'm organized and prepared. So that's really what I want to do for 2021. What about you guys? I would love to know what your resolutions are. Do you make New Year's resolutions, or are you kind of like against them? We talk about that more on our podcast, myself and April Lori. It's called Hot Glue and Bobby Pins. You can watch it right here on my YouTube. I have a playlist for the episodes. The newest one is not on here just yet. It will be, but otherwise they're on Spotify and iTunes and all the places where podcasts live. This year, actually, one of April and I's goals is to do more episodes. So last year we did like 1 a month or 1 every 2 months. This year we're hoping to try for 2 a month. So we'll see. It's the goal. But yeah, I would love to know, what were some of your wins in 2020? What were some things when you look back on the year, you're like, that made me happy. That was a positive thing. Because despite the year that 2020 was, I hope all of you can at least pull 1 or 2 things from the year that make you go, this is okay. That the year was a garbage fire, but these moments in particular were good. Yes, tell me all the things. Congratulate me for being consistent on YouTube this whole week. Wow. Come hang out with me on stream, on Twitch, on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7 p.m. and sometimes Mondays. I am Oh My Sophie everywhere, 2 I's, no E. Please subscribe. We're trying to get 8,000 subscribers this month, January. As I'm editing this video, we just hit 1,000 subscribers. Holy poop. Thank you so much, guys. I guess we need to set a new goal now. The ultimate goal for 2021 is 10,000 subscribers. It's a little lofty, but we gonna try. Dream big, right? Thank you so much for listening to my 2020-2021 goal rant video. If you enjoyed that, please follow me on Twitch. It's twitch.tv/ohmysophie. The big goal there this year is to get partners. So we're about halfway. We can do it. With you, we can do it.